Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good. Fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts. I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong. I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth. Can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about. Have your f***ing cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round. I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me. A slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
Well, all right, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Unscripted. I believe we're at episode 325. Jeez, man, it's been a hot minute. But it's good to see everybody. Hopefully my boy Frankie Cruz Jr. will be hopping on any minute. If not, it's just going to be me because everybody else is working or doing whatever it is people do. And Joseph Michael, I appreciate it. You're also a beautiful bastard of yourself. I can only imagine what you must be doing today, considering all the March Madness craziness that happened last night. Although we'll get some good Elite Eight action that starts tonight. So you guys are around for hopefully a lot more than just that. But no, let's go ahead and crank this bad boy up, man, and get it started. Check us out, if you would, on Unscripted Guys. You can find all the latest sports updates on Unscripted Guys, all one word, on Twitter. And you can also check us out on TikTok at Unscripted Sports, all one word. And all right, man, we're going to go ahead and get this bad boy cranking. Well, maybe not. Well, if you know what they say, I guess. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. We'll go back to that for a second, though. There we go. Now it's working. Let's see if we can play. Hey, what's up, John? What's up, everybody? John says, UConn Huskies, baby. Hey, it could be UConn's show tonight, man. We'll get into that in a minute. Real quick, just a couple of opening things to talk about. The Panthers. The Panthers have landed DJ Chark to pair opposite of Thielen. Now, I don't know how excited you are about that. I'm not really all that excited, but it is better than what they did have, and they are going to get the quarterback of their future coming in. I think between Chark, who I think has done a good job, or he did do a good job out there with Detroit. He just didn't get the ball as much. He also did a good job out there with the Jaguars, where he was drafted. And then, of course, you got on the opposite end of that, Adam Thielen, who spent the last 9 years with the Minnesota Vikings. So, again, there's a lot of veteran presence coming into the locker room. There's a lot of experience coming into the locker room of the Carolina Panthers. They brought in Miles Sanders to replace Deontay Foreman. So, again, there's experience in that backfield. So I do expect to see some things out of this Panthers unit. I'm just curious to see who they grab. Are they going to go C.J. Stroud, or are they going to go Bryce Young? That really, for me, is the biggest question of all of it. But again, when you look at what they've got, I think Chark gave you 30 catches last season for 502 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's about 16.7 yards a grab. For his career, he's about 14.4. Got about 177 grabs, 2,500 yards, and 18 touchdowns. So, again, not the most prolific number one, but neither was really Thielen. He was number one there for a little bit, but once Jefferson came into town, then Thielen kind of took a back step to that second spot, which is okay. I mean, when you got a guy like Jefferson coming in and you got a guy like Osborne over there as the number 3 guy, that was a pretty good unit. But unfortunately, Thielen had just diminished out of the reps. Thielen's count or his yards gone down. So for what he was getting paid, really Minnesota had no other choice but to release him. And it was a good thing for the Panthers. Now the Panthers got an experienced guy on opposite sides of the line. Again, no real true quote-unquote number one, but they could address that in the draft, or they could possibly even trade for D-Hop. D-Hop's still out there, and we'll get into D-Hop in a minute because I got my – actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and get into D-Hop now. Why not go ahead and get into D-Hop? So D-Hop apparently is wanting quite a bit. He's wanting basically the McCaffrey trade package that the San Francisco's gave Carolina. So what does that mean? Or I should say the Cardinals, they want a second, a third, a fourth, and possibly a fifth round pick for D-Hop. No. Not for a guy who lost a step, kind of, sort of, and is coming out of his prime at 31, almost 32 years of age. It's just, I think Brandon Cooks really killed the market for D-Hop. As you know, Brandon Cooks went to the Cowboys, and the Cowboys gave up a fifth and a sixth round pick for that. So not really a whole lot in the way of compensation did the Houston Texans get. And I think that's really what's going to hurt D-Hop, because D-Hop is going to want to go to another team. But the compensation that the Cardinals are asking for is going to be way more than what the market is speaking as of the Cooks contract. So don't blame nobody but Cooks. D-Hop, go over there, talk to Brandon Cooks, and talk to the Houston Texans for giving that shitty deal to the Dallas Cowboys. By the way, I love it because we didn't have to give up nothing, and we got our number one guy opposite of CeeDee Lamb. So it is what it is. Take it. But into other things, though, if we can, let's move. He says, sounds like D-Hop staying in Arizona. Yeah, Anthony, I do think D-Hop is staying in Arizona unless the Cardinals are willing to come down. Now, I know he's been kind of linked over there with the Patriots. I think the Patriots are willing to give up, possibly a fifth or a sixth round to bring in D-Hop. But again, the Cardinals want much, much more than that. And I think at the end of the day, the Cardinals are going to get the big FU from other teams, and they're just going to have to stick with what they got unless they want to reduce that asking price. What I mean by reduce it, I mean ask for a fourth and fifth rounder. Okay, I'll give you that. Give me a fourth, give me a fifth. Let's call it good. I think that's about the best you're going to get for a guy like D-Hop. Real quick, moving over into the Yankees. God, I wish Frankie was here. Every time I want to talk shit about the Yankees, Frankie is never here, but I'm going to talk shit about him anyway. Hey, yo, Severino. Where are you, Severino? That's right. Your ass is on the IL. Well, does anybody raise your hand or put it in the comments? Was anybody surprised that Severino's hurt already? Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? Anybody thought that Severino was going to last this long? Bueller? Nah, nobody, damn it, nobody. And I told Frank, I said, you watch. Severino's going to go down. Montas has already been down, and he's still going to stay down. And then you got, what's his name, Rodon going over there with, I don't know, is it a quad injury or what, but he's over there on the IL now. So now you got three starting pitchers all on the DL. I hope Gourmand can pitch well for you. I hope you got some pitching prospects out there in the minor leagues because you're going to need them. Because Garrett Cole and Nestor Cortez, they're not going to be able to carry this team, folks. They can barely carry themselves to the airport without getting hurt, much less carry the team. What a time to be alive. Actually, let's take off our hats for a few minutes and let's pay our last respects to a team known as the New York Yankees. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Don't say the Astros don't have compassion for those who are hurting right now. Anyway, by the way, the season starts next week. Good luck with that one, New York. What a time to be alive. Going over real quick, if we can, the Lakers. Holy crap, the Lakers. They're starting to make waves, folks. They're on a 3-game home stretch or a 3-game winning streak. The freaking Lakers. All I keep thinking about is the Catalina wine mixer. It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer. That's what I think about when I think about the Los Angeles Lakers. Because they are rising to prominence, folks. If you haven't been paying attention much, guess who's not in the play-in anymore? Of all teams. That's right. Kyrie Irving. Luka Doncic-led Dallas Mavericks, baby. God! Do you think they miss Brunson right now? Does anybody think the Dallas Mavericks miss Brunson? Anybody here think Brunson's on the couch laughing his ass off while he's in the playoffs in the 5th position with New York? Anybody at all? Oh my God. Man, Mark Cuban, I don't know what's going on over there, but y'all got to right that ship. Right now, the West is led like this. Denver, Memphis, Sacramento. Those are your top 3 teams in the West. Everybody else is just pseudo garbage, if you will. Pseudo garbage. After that, you got the Clippers, who are without Paul George and most likely to fall out of the rankings as well. Then you got Phoenix, Golden State, Minnesota, the Los Angeles Lakers, New Orleans, and rounding out the play-in currently is Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City. This is a team that was at the very bottom with the Rockets. This is a team you thought was dead. They're not dead. They're in the play-in. They're tied 13 and a half games apiece with Dallas Mavericks. They are tied with the Dallas Mavericks at 13 and a half games back of the Denver Nuggets. So Dallas, OKC, New Orleans, because you know who could be possibly coming back? Zion. So does New Orleans start to take a plunge going in the right direction? Can Golden State Warriors figure out the defense on the road and start making their ascension up the realm? Again, there's like 8 or 9 games left in this season. We will see, because that 6 all the way down to out of the play-in is so microscopically close that everybody is still in contention at this point. Everybody, with the exception of the Spurs and the Rockets. Let that sink in for a minute. What a time to be alive. Holy crap. Oh, my goodness, man. I tell you, if this season gets any better, I'm telling you, real quick, let's get into some March Madness. Let's talk some March Madness if we can. Sweet 16 recap. Holy crap. If your bracket wasn't busted in the round of 32, or even in the round of the round 32, if you weren't busted by the end of round 32, I know damn good and well everybody's busted at this point. Ain't one bracket out. I'm not going to say there's not one bracket out there, because there'll be that one guy who did all kinds of weird picks, and he's probably the one that's still in it. But everybody else's bracket is completely and totally busted. Busted, baby. I tell you, man, I saw the Kansas game. That's who I picked. I really thought Arkansas was going to take care of business against UConn. Yeah, that didn't happen. Clearly, Tennessee clearly didn't handle business against FAU, and Gonzaga handled business. Bama did not handle business. I still can't believe San Diego State took them out. I cannot believe FAU took out Tennessee. Princeton. I really thought Princeton was going to pull out one. But Creighton did do their business. Now we got Houston, Miami. I tell you, man, Houston just wasn't in it. Their heart wasn't in it. Something wasn't right. Something was off, because they did not come out to handle business. And because of that, Miami is in the playoffs. And of course, last but not least, Texas, baby. Texas is in the playoffs. This is the first time, and by the way, this is the first time UConn had been in the Sweet 16 since 2014. This is the first time Creighton has been in the Elite Eight in the last 82 years. It's been 82 years since Creighton was in the Elite Eight. Let that sink in for a minute. I'm telling you, if your bracket wasn't busted, I damn sure know your bracket's busted now. Let's go ahead and get into that if we can. Right now, we got, let's see here. I want to make sure I'm going off the right notes. Okay. So currently, right now, Gonzaga, UConn, Kansas, FAU, San Diego State, Miami, Creighton, and Texas. That is your Elite Eight. Oh, I know, Frankie, I know your bracket's busted. There's nowhere to hide at this point. But don't worry. Hey, you're not alone. There's a lot of people's busted. But if we can, what I'd like to do real quick is get a re-ranking of the Elite Eight. Let's get a re-ranking of the Elite Eight. Frankie, Anthony, John Monroe, Joseph, Michael, anybody who's still here. Let's rank the Elite Eight, shall we? Can we rank the Elite Eight as we think it stands? I'm going to go UConn. I think UConn right now, in my mind, is number one. I really like the way they fought against Arkansas and basically manhandled Arkansas. And we know what Arkansas has in Smith and Black. Number two, I'm going to go Texas. Texas handled Xavier pretty well at 83-71. Shot the ball extremely well, between 52%. So, yeah, I'm going to go Texas at number two. Let's see. Who do we put in at number three? Now, this is where it starts getting tricky. I'm going to go. Oh, man, this is a good one. Yep, I'm going to go Miami at number three. At number four, I'm going to go Kansas State. At number five, I'm going to go San Diego State University. 1, 2, 3, 4. At number six, I'm going Gonzaga. And then at number seven, I'm going to go Creighton and then FAU. All right, so that's my Elite Eight. That's how I'm ranking my Elite Eight. I got UConn, Texas, Miami, Kansas State, San Diego State, Gonzaga, Creighton, and FAU. I don't know how your brackets are looking now in the Elite Eight or how you're ranking your Elite Eight, but that's how I rank mine. And yeah, man, we'll see how I do today. First game, I believe, is at 6. So if I had to say who's going to win today, if I had to pick my winners for today and tomorrow in the Elite Eight, I'm going to say that Kansas State beats FAU. I'm going to say that this is where it gets hard. I think UConn carries business at Gonzaga. I think San Diego State carries weight at Creighton. And then I think Texas handles business at Miami. So I got Kansas State, UConn, San Diego State, and Texas. That's how I have my Final Four winners, and that's my Final Four. And then out of the Final Four, I want Texas to say it, but I really think that UConn's got something up their sleeve. So I'm going to go UConn, Texas, San Diego State, and then I got Kansas State. And that's how I'm going to rank my top 4. And then I really think that the winner of if UConn faces Texas, I would love to see that. And I think it can happen. I think it can happen where Texas can face UConn. And if Texas faces UConn, I think the winner of that game is going to be your title holder. At the end of all this, I think they're going to be your title holder. But I would not be surprised if FAU goes into the locker room, gets a good talking to from the coach, and if they can still be a bothersome and get into the number one, get into the Final Four. And then number two, get into the final game. We'll see what FAU, if they have any more tricks up their sleeves, or if the Elite Eight will be their doom and destruction. And that's kind of how I see Week 16 and how it went. If you want a clear breakdown of why I think each team won real quick, I'll give you a fast breakdown. When I look at Gonzaga, when they played UCLA, obviously, you can't overlook that field goal percentage. And I think you can't overlook their rebounding. They killed them in field goal percentage. They killed them in rebounding, 50 rebounds to 26. And so that's why I had Gonzaga winning. They just shot the ball better, and then more rebounding and shot percentage is why I got them taking that one. Arkansas and UConn. The reason why I think UConn won, the reason why I know UConn won was when UConn shooting 7% and Arkansas is shooting 31%. That kind of gives you an idea right there. And then you look at the Michigan and Kansas State, which was by far the best game all the way around throughout this tournament. Matter of fact, that was the first overtime that we've had in the tournament. Ultimately, though, Kansas State was just too much for Michigan State and took them out 98-93. But I'm telling you, that game was extremely, for the most part, one possession close. And then you go to the FAU versus Tennessee. Again, when you're shooting 42% to 33%, and then you're at the foul line more, and then you're in the 3-point lane more, which is where they did most of their scoring. It's kind of hard to beat a team like that. And that's why FAU got it, was on turnovers, 3-point line, and they just had a better overall shooting percentage. When you look down to San Diego State versus Alabama, Alabama got outscored. Alabama just flat out got outscored. And I think I think it came down to about a difference of 3 3-pointers, and that's about how many more 3-pointers they took. And then you get down to the Miami versus Houston. I would say, number one, better coaching. And I would say, number two, they just wanted it more. Miami wanted that game bad, like bad, to the point where they had 51% shooting and Houston had 37% shooting. And then when you broke it down to 3-point line, Miami was shooting 44% at the 3, and Houston was only shooting 29%. And so they just got outscored. Plain and simple, they got outscored. Anthony Price says if he had to rank it, Texas, UConn, Gonzaga, Miami, Creighton, Kansas State, FAU, and then Sandy. Wow, you put San Diego State at number 8? Okay, Anthony. Okay. Okay. I'm going to let you ride with that. Damn. I mean, it's not a bad bracket. It's a little surprising, but it's not bad. When we move down to Princeton versus Creighton, it just came down to a better field goal percentage. 58 for Creighton, 46 for Princeton. And then it came down to rebound. They got out-rebounded. Creighton had 37, and Princeton had 26. And ultimately, that's how they won, 86-75. Then the last game was Texas versus Xavier. Again, when they're shooting over 50%, they're shooting under 50%. That just gives you all that you need to know. And also, when you're getting out-rebounded, 37-26. So a lot of these teams that were losing, they were losing because they were being outscored and out-rebounded. Now, I can understand being outscored because maybe your shot's just not on. But out-rebounded, that just comes down to pure hustle, folks. That just comes down to pure hustle. And that just comes down to who wants the ball more. Either you do or they do. And when you're getting out-rebounded, that just clearly shows that they wanted that title way more than what you did. That's how I look at it. when I see this Sweet 16 and how it all played out. All right, we roll real quick into Luka Doncic. Oh, Luka, man, jeez, man. Hey, when you want the money and when you think somebody's getting paid, now I'm not saying Luka's saying the refs are getting paid, but I think Luka's saying the refs are getting paid. Hey, that's what I'm taking away from it. In any event, though, the boy, Luka was fined $35,000 for directing an inappropriate gesture at an official. Wow. I guess this would be kind of controversial, wouldn't it? Or disrespectful. Luka Magic, baby. That's all I'm saying. The 1.7 seconds was remaining in the game versus the Warriors. They were down 127, 125. They go into halftime, or excuse me, they go into a timeout. And when they go into the timeout, Dallas has possession of the ball. When they come out of the timeout, Golden State has possession of the ball. So what does Dallas do? They never told Dallas that Golden State had possession. So Dallas is still thinking they're getting possession, so much so that they're at the other end of the court waiting for the inbound pass. The ball gets lobbed in, easy bucket. Everybody's calling for their mother. Everybody's calling for their father. Mark Cuban's going crazy. Mark Cuban's holding protests. Hey, Dallas, maybe it should have been paying attention a little bit more to what's going on the court than doing money signs. Maybe money signs ain't the way to go, Luka. Maybe you should be paying attention to where the ball's at. How about them apples? Maybe that would have saved you. I'm just saying, pay attention to where the damn ball's at. He said, thanks, ref. They know people need that spread for their – Anthony, I 100% agree with you. Take that for what it's worth. I 100% agree that you can't tell me that somehow or another Vegas don't have some hands in some things. I still believe that to this day. If anytime you got big dollars being bet, you can't tell me somebody ain't got a hand in something. You can't tell me that. I'm telling you, somebody got a hand in something. No matter what they say, they got a hand in something. What a time to be alive. Luka! Where's Kyrie, Luka? Where's Kyrie Irving at? Probably waiting on that COVID shot. Last but not least, and this all ties back in with Luka. It all ties back in with Kyrie. Who's laughing now? Let me say it again. Who's laughing now? I love this picture of Jalen Brunson. I absolutely 100% unequivocally adore this picture of Jalen Brunson. Because you know what it says to me? Yo, Luka, where you at? You brought in Kyrie. You thought you needed Kyrie. Where you at, Luka? Where you at? Oh, that's right. You're down there in position 11, looking up into the play-in. Bet you wish you had me now. Bet you wish you had me now. That's what Jalen is probably thinking. I'm telling you. Look, you can't tell me that Jalen comes off Dallas. Dallas can't even get into the play-in right now. Jalen's over there in the fifth spot. They're out there winning. Jalen's doing his thing. He's getting you 23.8 points a night. He's getting you 6.2 assists. Damn near one steal a night. 41% from the three-point land. And he's just living the dream. And you know what he's not doing, Luka? You know what he's not doing? He's not giving the money sign. He's not giving. Instead, he's saying, look at me now. Look at me. Who's laughing? I'm laughing. I'm laughing because I'm over here in New York and I'm doing better than you are. And you thought you needed to get rid of me. If I'm Jalen Brunson, I'm saying you thought you needed to get rid of me and bring in Kyrie Irving. I think it's Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving has a great basketball. He's got great handles. But he's also a head case, and he also misses games. And he also is a ball hog and needs the ball 24/7. Let me think for a minute. Who else on the Dallas Mavericks is a ball hog? Oh, that's right. Luka is. Well, that's interesting. 2 ball hogs. And we're not in the play-in, right? We're not in the play-in. And we fell out of the play-in the minute we drafted Kyrie or traded for Kyrie Irving. We fell out of the play-in the minute we let go of Jalen Brunson. He's not the greatest athlete. He's not the fastest. That's why he fell down to 33 into Dallas Mavericks' hands. That's what they said on him. But you know what he does have? He's got basketball IQ. He's got a great misdirect. He can make you miss. The boy's got skills, and he doesn't require the ball 24/7. Sounds like he'd be a better role player for Luka Doncic than Kyrie Irving, because Kyrie Irving's not a role player. Kyrie Irving is like a Russell Westbrook. You got to give that ball. He's got to have the ball 31 times in order to feel happy about himself. You can have the ball 31 times. Luka can have it another 31 times. But at the end of the day, that's 62 times, and you're still not in the play-in. How you like me now? All right, folks. Today going to be a short show. It was just me coming in today. My apologies. But we're going to get into some quick final thoughts. We're going to get up on out of here. I'm going to go have another Jack and Coke, and then we're going to see where exactly the Elite starts tonight at 6 o'clock. Both games are on TBS. And then tomorrow night, the other 2 games will both be on CBS, but we get a much earlier game. I think we get like a 2 o'clock game or a 1 o'clock game, vice the mid-evening game, which is good. It's good. It's better for Monday. So those are my final thoughts. Make sure you check out the Elite 8 as we start tonight. I'm kind of curious as to who thinks they will win their bracket. And Anthony Price goes on to say, before I get out of here, thanks. Oh, yeah. I actually put that up already. Never mind, Anthony. You got double duties. No big deal. But, yeah, hey, catch us tomorrow. Listen, tomorrow's Monday. We got the afternoon blitz at 1. You got Easy Money at 3. And then you got the afternoon show at 1 and then Easy Money at 3. And then you got the late night show with me and Gonzo at 11. So make sure you tune in tomorrow for all those shows. And it's going to be a good time. We're going to have a great hours and stuff, and talking sports. And we'll keep you more up to date. Again, make sure you check us out, if you would, please, on Unscripted Sports on TikTok and Unscripted Guys. Both of them are all one word. Unscripted Guys on Twitter, Unscripted Sports on TikTok. Also catch us on pretty much everywhere now. The app is out for ASAP Network. That's how you spell it. ASAP Network. That's how you'll find it in the Google app. They're on Google Play. They're on Apple, Amazon. Anywhere you can find an app and download an app, that's where we are now. So check us out. ASAP Network on Apple and Google Play, Amazon, Android, all that craziness. We're also affiliated with BetUS, so check us out over there. And until next time, it's your boy Jay McLovin, man, saying, hey, be nice. Let her have the TV remote every once in a while, you selfish bastards.